Okay, hello Jasper fans. So they dropped their Touch official MV, so this is gonna be like the third single for the group. So I am curious to see where this is gonna go, because obviously we have gotten Sadistic first, then we got Take It Off, and I'm just like, okay, now we're going on to Touch. Like, excuse me, I'm like, where are we going with this? But anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and watch y'all. Ooh, the guitar. It's giving me like, oh, you're unlocking them. Oh, okay. Ooh, that's compression shirt on Santa. Not them being like, basically we're too hot because like there's steam coming out of their clothes. Hey. The handprints are crazy. Hey. Oh, not him just jumping in like, oh. Ah! Jung, I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see? If I like just didn't, if I didn't pay attention to that corner, I would never have saw that. Hey, oh, come on, Pawn. Yeah, you see, like, basically, like... Ooh, oh, come on, Jung. Okay, that shot was crazy, because, like, why are y'all panning from that, like, area up? Like, excuse me? Hey, ooh, come on, ooh. Now they're like in the eye in the storm, basically. Oh, so was that all that basically just happening in the box before they unlock it? What? Oh my god, wait. Ooh, okay. Who's unlocking who? Ooh! Oh, who'd they lock in there now? Excuse me? What does that mean? Who did they end up locking in there? Who ends up being replaced in there? Is it the person who unlocked it, or is it someone else? Excuse me? Interesting concept for sure. So obviously, like, production-wise, it wasn't like super crazy like like the last two, but I mean, I feel like they not in the nicest way possible. It kind of looked like they shot it where in the like in the university where they shot We Are, just because of like the area where they were in like the gallery kind of like art show kind of like room. It kind of looked like that part to like just randomly it just popped in my head. I was just thinking that in the back of my head when I was watching. But I feel like the song itself makes sense with the last two. Like they're being very like bad boy sensual with this group particularly. Like I will be shocked if they end up doing like a cutesy song, but I don't think so. I think they're gonna be more on the like mature side unless they decide to all of a sudden, right? Like either way, I feel like it'll work, right? Because there's sometimes with the cutesy songs, sometimes it could be a little bit more on like the like I mentioned for Clover, how it's like it is cute, but it's still a little bit of the like the mischievous kind of vibe where it's still kind of like cool in that way, but like in the boyish, cute kind of like younger way for that. So I wonder if they'll do anything like anything similar to that kind of concept in the future, maybe, or if it's just gonna continue getting onto like the more darker, kind of more like sultry, kind of like mature, kind of like music. The only one thing I will say though is like it definitely did not go in the direction that I thought it was gonna go in terms of like the song, because like the beginning, like the guitar part, like I was like ooh, like because I love a good guitar sound, right? If they had kept it a little bit more in the actual melody and like the backtrack, I think it would have made it seem a little bit like fuller, in my opinion. Like, what do I know about music, to be honest, right? Because like I don't like that's just my opinion of like I felt like if they had continued on, it would have made the melody seem like more like there was more to it and not so simple, because it was a little bit like I feel like there's something missing in terms of like the melody and like the song itself, because like it was just very like straightforward beats. Like it didn't seem like it would change that too crazy, if that makes sense. But in terms of like the concept of the actual like MV, it's giving very much like them being, each of them being like maybe a certain like element. I don't know if that's just me, because like we did see like we at least saw like fire. Obviously all of them were like basically saying like we're too hot to handle, is what that whole like, I'm assuming is what that whole like theme of it was, like of them like basically it's like smoke coming out of their clothes, and like they literally like our clothes getting set on fire. And then we did see like them being in that like the eye of like that basically like twister tornado, not tornado, like twister, where like the air is like around them and they're kind of like in the eye of the storm, is what I was saying, like where like they're calm in there but like everything else is crazy going on outside. So I don't know if that's supposed to be like supposed to reference like them talking about like, because the whole song is like them called touch, right? And they're like talking about like, oh, like my feelings for you, and like, oh, like skinship wise is what it's very much talking about that. And like very much, like I said, very much more on the sensual side. So I'm wondering if that's why there was like, that air kind of like talking about like, oh, like that craziness that's going on and like what you're feeling, and then like we're in the center of it all, because like we're like the reason why all of this is happening, is that's what it's giving for me. Because then also with the beginning of it, like them being locked in this box is like someone, and then someone coming to like come unlock them, like unlock it. So maybe it's them after they unlock it, maybe it's them like luring you in to like fall into this, basically their trap, and that's why they end up locking whoever is this person getting locked. Because I think this is a woman, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe I think it was a woman. So like you're the basically the fans, are basically like being locked in this, learn into the trap and being locked down by the group, is what it's very much giving me, in my opinion. I think that's, I'm 100%, I feel like that's the route they were going for, especially with like how, like I said, how like more mature the songs are, and very like the choreo itself also was very like nothing a little too crazy, like from what we've seen from Take It Off and Sadistic. It's very much in the same realm, so like nothing too crazy, but like still very much in that whole concept of them being like that kind of like bad boy, cool, kind of mature, kind of like it's more sensual vibe. But also in terms of the song, from the beginning of it, like I said, with the guitar part, I thought I was gonna go into like the realm of like kind of like what Dao did with La La Lay, or like with Toby, I believe, right? Is it Toby who did the? Is it Toby who does Bad Girls Like You, or Time Tai? No, not Time Tai. I think it was more so Toby that did like Bad Girls Like You. It's kind of like that, like Latin, a little bit of that Latin flavor, kind of like talk, because like a lot of people, like Latinos, are very like, they're very like a stereotype is that they're very like passionate, basically. Like a lot of people like define Latinos as very passionate, so it's giving like, I think it was like kind of like trying to put that involve, like include that to like build it up. But like I said, I would wish I heard it a little bit more in the song, because I really like that guitar bit. But like it also reminds me of, like I said, it reminds me of like that genre that we've been kind of been hearing a little bit recently since last year. And then also within like Fourth's side to side song, it's kind of like that same also sound that I mentioned whenever I watch that MV, that it reminds me a lot of like La La Lay, and like um kind of like White Rabbit by Dao as well. Like it's that same like kind of vibe with the guitar, but also kind of like more on like, not necessarily like, I wouldn't say reggaeton. It's more so like of that like, more so on that like I said, just like that Latin flavor that like that has been like very like popularized, I feel like, because of like, you know, K-pop has definitely gotten its own take into it, and now I guess T-pop is like starting to like get that flavor in as well with their music, which I'm like, I'm all for it, right? I love it, but like I said, I really wish they would have left it in there a little bit more longer to like fill it out a little bit, because I think it just missed a little bit of that like that particular like sound to make it sound more like add something a little bit different to like the melody. But I'm gonna watch the MV again because I probably missed something. Yeah, it's like definitely giving like someone's like we're unlocking the box. But you see, like, you heard the little guitar and then it went away. And it looks like the rest of the members are running around. I just can't stop with Seta! But yeah, it's like very much like the smoke for me, like. Okay, you can still hear it a little bit, like here and there, the guitar. It's like somewhat there, but like it's still like not as like, unless you're like listening to it really, really closely to like hear it, basically. No, because June was crazy for that, like. And basically they're melting like all the artwork because they're like radiating the heat. Like, oh my god. Hey. No, because like I said, this shot, what was the reason for that shot? Like, oh my god. Also, they're definitely fitting in with like the budget shortage, because like why is that everyone's like chest fully out? Yeah, see, like the girls already lured into the trap, and like they're like, we're free now, like you're stuck, you're under our like spell, under our trance, like we have you in a trance. That was like, you see, like there's also like a little bit of like rain and then also like a little bit of like earth. So like, because I don't think, have they ever announced like what kind of like, because you know Lycan has like the whole thing like around like wolves, and I don't know what Clover's gonna end up doing as well. Have they ever announced what like Jasper's like whole like main like concept, or if there's like a certain like lore with like them, like is it gonna be like superpowers in a way? Like I don't think we've ever talked about it. It's like I think maybe it's appeared here and there, but definitely in this MV, like you can see a lot of like like I said, the whole like storm like weather powers, like there's like either time travel or like speed, because you see them like popping in and out and like running around creating like the cyclone that happens at the end, at the very beginning. And then you see like obviously like with them radiating like the body heat as well, and like the rain like falling down, and then also like them in the middle like of them being in like the foliage of like that little like piece of like forest area. So I'm like, okay, like is it giving like you're gonna have like elemental like powers? Is that what it's gonna be? Because I don't think they've ever like I don't think they've ever talked about it, that now that I know of. But yeah, it's like there's a like few things that I'm just like, okay, like I can definitely get the like lore of the like, not the lore, but like the theme and like the message of the song for sure. Like even though it's like supposed to be like very straightforward, like there's still like a lot of like hidden like things that like hidden like imagery that kind of plays within that, with it being like I said at the very beginning when I watched the first time, like where they're basically like the person's unlocking the box, right? And then like at the end they end up being trapped in the box. So it's saying like we're like falling for them, that like we're being trapped by them as a group, you know, if that means. So like you can't get out is basically what they're saying when you once you enter and like are, you know, checking out the fan like the group, then you can't get out is basically what it is. Like you're under like the under that like basically quote unquote spell is what it is, right? That's what how I interpreted this. But yeah, so I think it also, like I said, it makes sense with like the whole like elemental stuff as well, with it being like where they're at. But I think whenever they're in that like foliage kind of thing, it also kind of reminds me of like somewhat, you know, not because it's not like too like crazy with like the tree and like the grass, like the actual like forest, like little grass like bushes. Like it's not too crazy, but it was kind of giving me like almost in a way like not really, because like they're more in dark clothing and they don't look really like ethereal, but it was kind of giving me like the garden of like Eden vibes in a way, but like with just men, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's making sense, like y'all let me know. But um definitely heard the little guitar twang a little bit more while I was like closely listening, because like at first I was kind of like distracted by everything going on with them. So like I do hear it a little bit, but I wish it was just a little bit more louder. But I think in terms of like the songs so far that they have released with Sadistic and Take It Off, this is definitely a lot more mellow and definitely a lot more chiller compared to those two, because those two were like really like hardcore when it came to like, especially Sadistic, like when you came in like the beat and then the dance break, especially also for Take It Off, like you see, like, if that makes sense. And here it was just like more like it was there, but like not as intense. Without just like, oh, like I like that they're like taking it more like, you know, chiller approach. So I'm like very curious to see like what they would end, what how it'll end up, like what they'll end up dropping next in terms of like music wise. If it's gonna be like the same, like I said, more sultry kind of like mature vibe, or is it get if they're ever gonna do any like cute or like concept? Because I think that would be like really interesting to see how they would pull that off. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you in the next one.